see if you can probably get that. Alright, let's see if I can show you something. I just seen I was watching, studying, and I seen Yafa Bey, Sister Yafa Bey. She was talking about, she said the word sea, you know, look up the etymology of the word sea, and she was bringing it to the attention that it means from the jurisdiction of the bishop, or the seat of the bishop. So I looked it up. S-E-E C, right? Cursor, enter. C. Okay, so see on the bottom there where it says from Latin CB's seat, referring to the bishop's throne or chair. See that? Okay. That's the whole etymology there. You guys can pause it, look at it. And I just got this dictionary out of my phone, you know what I mean? I just downloaded it. Looked up, you know, App Store, looked up dictionary, etymology dictionary, and I found this free. And I have, you know, etymology dictionaries there online. I'll go and just cross-reference, and this is pretty good. So, you know, there's really no excuse to, I know they're very expensive, these dictionaries and etymology dictionaries. It can get really expensive after a while, especially if you don't know how to search for them at, like, Salvation Armies and used bookstores, and they, you know, those are a wealth. They have a wealth of treasure in those bookstores. I find all kind. Yo, you see how? But I found this book. An Introduction to English History from Buttersworth. From Buttersworth, An Introduction to English Legal History, 2nd edition, J.H. Baker, right? I was just going through it, thought it was really interesting. English Legal History. Look at this, part 1, right? It's pretty cool. It's got like, it's got kings and queens from since 1066, got them all the way there, right? I thought it was very interesting because right off the bat, I'm just going to read a little bit, right? Law and custom in early Britain. Alright, just going to read this real quick for you guys. When in 1470, an English serjeant at law maintained that the common law had been in existence since the creation of the world, it is not improbable that he believed it literally. There was even a veneer of truth upon the notion, insomuch as English law represented an unbroken development from prehistoric time. There had been no conscious invention or introduction from outside. What the serjeant did not perceive was that there had been a time, not so many centuries before his own, when there was no law at all as he understood it. For him, as for ourselves, law consists in rules laid down by judicial or legislative authority. And the common law embodies a particular system of rules with their own rational coherence. But 4 centuries before 1470, which would bring you to 1070, at the time of the Norman conquest, Norman, look it up, means noir, Noir man, which means black man, but black not bleach, because en français, blanc is white. So noir means more, right? So, or like night, nuit, noir, right? It's a real way of saying what your guys are calling like a bastardized version of dark, but you guys are calling black, right? But Norman conquest. England had neither legislator nor judicator in any developed sense. Okay? So, in the year 1070, or 4 centuries, 400 years before 1470, 400 minus 14 brings you to 10. All right, 1070. So, we're at 2015, 1,000 years now, bring you to 1015. So, 1,000 years ago, these guys didn't even know or even understand or even have. What did he say? I'm not paraphrasing. What did he say? But 4 centuries before 1470, at the time of the Norman conquest, England had neither legislator nor judicator in any developed sense. There were decision-making bodies from the king's council down to the village meeting, but tribunals do not necessarily follow or make binding rules. And in these ancient assemblies, no distinction could have been made between the processes of adjudication, administration, and legislation. So, I was reading more, going over it more, and, so, what they're talking about, is, and they go in to talk about the people that inhabited that land before them, right? Blah, blah, blah. To extend the common features may be discerned. Okay, our first glimpse of ancient British customs are through Roman eyes, because the learned men among the Britons preferred to pass on their traditions by mouth rather than commit them to writing. It's because they didn't know how to write. Julius Caesar described the native priest judges called druids. Not no brother's book, because how some brothers, some asleep Moors, and they're like, oh, the Europeans don't. Some brother wrote it. That's some bullcrap. Whatever. This is their stuff, right? Talking about them talking about each other, right? To each other, educating themselves as much as they can about themselves. So now the Romans observe these people. Julius Caesar described the native priest judges called druids, who preserved and enforced the Celtic religion and customs. But of those customs he related very little, save that they involved human sacrifice. The Romans themselves had a sophisticated jurisprudence, and to them the usage of the British had little more than anthropological interests. Whether their colonization of Britain made any lasting impact on native traditions is doubtful. Roman laws certainly operated at least on Roman citizens. So my point is that they're even telling you before the year 1070, they were still, they couldn't read, they didn't pass down information via writing. They did it passing mouth to mouth, because they didn't know how to basically read. So found that, got that for $1. Got that for $1. Got that for $1. So I want to come back to Sister Yafa Bey, where she was talking about the sea. And then I thought about, cause I used to be Rasta before. Well, I'm still Rasta, but not like that. But if you don't really know what Rasta is, then I don't really. That's a whole other thing, right? But one thing that I did see, which I want to bring to the Hebrew Israelites, Because they're talking about all these 12 tribes of Israel and all this whatnot. That's hilarious, man. You guys are hilarious, and you're misguiding the people for real, for real. Misguiding the people. I'm going to break down the 12 tribes for you. I'm going to do that in another video, but I'm going to just quickly do it, just really quickly. The blessings of Jacob's sons, his last charge, right? He's going to, actually, you can just go check it out. Genesis 49. And Jacob called upon his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. And it proceeds. 3. Genesis 49, verse 3. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Right? That's Reuben. That's his firstborn. Firstborn Reuben's representing Aries. Right? So Aries being the firstborn, he's a ram. Right? That's the first of the astral sign. Strength. The Aries is fire. Fire represents strength and excellency. Excellency of dignity and excellency of power. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to get into that. That's what that means. Second one. It puts the two brothers together, Simeon and Levi. Basically, Taurus and Gemini, right? Simeon and Levi are brethren, instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. O my soul, come not thou into their secret. Unto their assembly, mine honor. Be not thou united, for in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Okay, so, and then it goes down. The next one is Judah. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. Okay, so now we're at Judah. So, Reuben, Aries. Simeon, Toro. Levi, Gemini. Judah. Oh yeah, Judah is Leo, right? Lion, king, Judah, king. Notice how it skipped Cancer, right? It just skipped because the way that you guys are using your calendar today, it's all messed up. If you notice, like the signs move on a 21 and half this month, and then there's 30 and 31 months, and all of this, it's mixed up and confused. That's because of them, right? So before it's by month, right? So it would go like April is Aries, May is Taurus, June is Gemini, July is Judah, and then so it goes like that. The way that you guys got the Aries and Taurus and Cancer, Taurus and Gemini and Cancer and Leo and Virgo and what's the other one? Yeah, Virgo and after Libra. But how they did that, because Julius Caesar, he added Julius Caesar and Augustine. Those guys put July and August inside of that, and they messing up the whole thing altogether. However, point being, the 12 tribes of Israel are really the 12 astro-zodiological signs in the process and the movements in the stars. It ain't some freaking dude or some real tribes here and tribes there, and 12 times 12 over here, 12,000 from them, and 12. Jeez. Okay. So I want to bring something else to the attention, something else, because I mean, like I said, I knew this Bible inside out before I was 17. because I was in juvenile detention center when I was 14 till 17, and I had nothing else to do, so I read this and read it inside out. Nobody told you, I told you first. So let's go to Revelation, because like I said to you before, growing up, and because I was coming up out of this was the initiator, the major generator and starter of the mind control that was applied on me and was applied on the whole entire planet and has been doing damage to the planet ever since. So when I understood all of that, broke free from all the, which it was a divine intervention for sure. I gotta give thanks to Noble Drew Ali, because geez, time and time again, I don't know anybody who's brought this information, and the brother brought it over 100 years ago and dropped the ball. No, they're ball hogs. They kept the ball and didn't even share it. So, like I trying to break my mother and family, mother and father. When I looked that word up, family. Fam means woman, and Ilya is a slave. So the word family again means woman slave. Husband really means house bond. So the word house husband really means house slave. Just to put that out there for you romantic Roman fanatic people out there. Stop going with the red and white St. Valentine's massacre, where they massacre baby and share the baby blood with milk. And that's where you're getting your red and white and little baby with an arrow shooting people with love arrows. Okay, man. Revelation 13. Revelation 13. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. So on and so on, right? It's really that important. What I really want to point out is that, again, I know some people out there back, I'm not that, aged. I'm aged 40 years, 40 times around the sun. So I remember when, anyways, let me just stay on that and break that down. So, whenever you're reading something, like, there's what you're seeing, and then there's the back of what you're seeing. So etymology will give you the back to what you're reading, right? Okay, so remember I showed you sea before, and sea, go look back and pause it, you'll see the word sea really means the jurisdiction, or the jurisdiction of the bishop, or from the crown, or from the throne, or from the seat of the bishop. That's what sea means, right? That's what that means. So I stood upon the sand and out of the sea. Now, if you use etymology, anybody who out there who studies, who knows about etymology, is going to see that, oh crap, because this beast they're talking about saw a beast rise out of the sea. This, what they're really saying is that this beast is coming out of the church. It's right in front of your face. But remember, Malcolm X. Remember what Malcolm X said, right? Not you said, well, when he called, I don't know if he was talking to Baines or Elijah Muhammad, where he said he just finished the, copying out the dictionary, and yet, he skipped right over. He seen black. He seen black ball. He seen black all this, but he didn't see black Moor. He didn't see black Moor there, right? But he copied it all out of it, right? But his name is Alhaj Shabazz El, right? Something, right? Okay. So we now see that the word seat in etymology means jurisdiction of the bishop. So I thought was pretty profound when I seen that. And then if you go and you can now go through the whole scripture and see where they use that word see all through. And oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, that word, that book, Bible Code. Remember, like the it was in the late 90s. Somewhere there, they were using the Bible Code, and they actually have a computer program where they feed in the Kumadu or the Haibiru writing, and they could do some computer programming, and they were doing divination with the code. However, there's even the English words that they're using, there's code behind the code of the English words that they're using, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna just okay. So I got some words I wanna spread, look up for you and show you, man. So the word, yeah. So I told you about the word husband, right? There's family, right? I always go straight down. I just go straight down to the etymology. See what it says? From Latin, familia, from female slave, female servant. So when you're going, hey, family, you're going, hey, female servants. So, just with that, right? So, did you guys see the news today, man? I see the news. This guy, Stephen Harper, and the Bill Shakes dude, fucking guy. Excuse my language, man. These guys is coming over here. First of all, Stephen Harper, you're the de facto, you're nothing, man. First of all, you have to listen to the Governor General, and the Governor General is the de facto status here. He's in de facto status here. He doesn't have no power. You understand? You understand? That's on the public. This isn't now. You guys got to stop your stuff. Going around in Ontario, your public servants banging on people's doors, begging for blood samples and all this type of stuff. You're scaring people. That's negligence. On a mass scale, you guys are not allowed to do that. You understand? Stop scaring people about you want to put vaccinations in people, man. Yo, people, go do your studies and see what's in those vaccinations. You're digging up people. Yo, stop going. Yo, you African Al-Kebalan people. Stop letting those people you think care about you come over there and stick you with those fucking, with those man-made mosquitoes. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Thermosol, mercury, and all this type of. You're putting, like, year after year after year after year. You're inoculating you and yourself with the exact virus. You understand? Dead or alive, whatever you want to do, you're putting it inside of you incrementally over and over and over and over and over again. What do you think is going to happen? It's like a woman taking birth control, and she takes birth control, and then she stops, get pregnant, and then maybe she gets pregnant, then she has a baby, and then that baby grows up. Birth control grows because she's, they're in the lower, the lower chakras, and they're on that lower frequency vibration code, so they don't even, they see from that head down there instead of the head up here. Female and male, both same way, sudway, right? Okay. Y'all want to play games? You're going to let them stick you and make you infertile? Well, that's what they're doing. Okay, that's what they're doing. Do some research, man. Do some research. Okay, I know this is redundant, but it's going to have to be redundant until people stop calling themselves stupidness. All right, stop calling themselves black, Negro, colored, and all this stuff, right? So, black, Negro, Sorry, we live in Quebec, so I spell French sometimes, and sometimes I don't really, because of my French here, and words are spelled COLOUR, sometimes they're spelled OR, no, sometimes they're spelled double R, sometimes, you know what I mean, so sometimes I don't really know, you know, what language I be in, so, quelque temps je parle en français, j'ai oublié, parce que ou quand je parle dans les deux langues, dans le même temps, see, so sometimes and my tongue is, you know, English, but we're not supposed to be speaking that damn English, French, any of that stuff. That's not our stuff, which is what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, so, right, so they just told you that English wasn't even there. Right? Stop playing around, you Sarnetta and all you black people. This, right, look, right? Not even in 1,000 years ago, these guys didn't even, they don't have their own language, legislating nothing. These guys were still shitting on themselves, okay? You guys are still calling yourselves accordingly to this language and these people here, which the word black is an English word, right? Old English, right? We're going to get into that. But you guys are insisting that this word, which comes from blanc. We went through that again and again and again and again. So who are you? Agents. Notice the agent. Notice to the agents. Notice to the principal, man. Both y'all people, man. Ma'at and Yamaya time. Okay? On all y'all. Playing around. Alright? Okay. Black. Let's see what it says in black. See, so black. Black. You guys don't call yourselves black. You guys are hilarious. Black. See what it says? Black? It's number 1, British chemist. Right? Popular child actress, Shirley Temple. Her name is really Shirley Temple Black. And third, this is the last definition is related to the Negroes or Negroided or dead people, right? Look at the etymology. From Middle English, Blake. Black. Also, variant of Blake. Bleak. From Old English. Pale. Blanc from Old French. Right? Come on, man. Come on, man. Fuck. Serious? You guys are going to still do this and still do that and still do that. Right? So, now, black, old, English, which we know is not even, what did they say, 1070, right? 1070. Before this, there was no England. You just seen it. I showed you that. And their own stuff. Plus, if you don't want to do your own research, I just write it for you. Do your own research. Before that, it's Old French. So this means bleak. In Old French, it means blanc. Okay? Blanc is white. Bleak is like, bleak is destitute, taken out, nothing there. It's like stripped, pale, nothing, bleak. It's bleak. Alright? It said pale, but it's bleak. Which you also get bleach from, right? Okay, so that's black. I mean, if you guys don't see that, or you see that and you still calling yourself this consciously, regardless if you're a Moor, call yourself Moor, dirty Moor, whatever. Chemician, Eurasian, you're still using this. This means you are heavily mind controlled. You are heavily a mind bug, man. You gotta. I mean, wow. I don't even. If I see that, I just laugh and switch the channel. Sorry, you got my view. Negro. The word Negro. Well, Negro Negroes. It's funny, that's what they got in the dictionary, Negroes. See, it says person with ancient people, a person, we already know what a person is. I showed you before, a person means artificial construct with African ancestry, Negro, a Negroid, an archaic and pejorative today. Pejorative meaning like disrespectful. From Spanish negro, meaning black. So negro, coming back to calling you white guy. Now, on a deeper class, we're going to go into Negro Herrera Arabo, which is, a monkey, a chimpanzee mixed with a caveman, which, they'll tell you, oh, we're from cavemen, Anthropopithecus, Neanderthal. Go on PBS and go check. They got a whole heap of stuff on telling you about themselves, man. If you don't want to listen to the Moors, you don't want to listen to nobody telling you, oh, it's that Moor stuff again. Well, then go do your research because it's everywhere. All right, so that's what Negro means, black in Spanish. It's also a derivative or bastardized version of necro, which just means dead. Dead and black are synonymous with each other because the word black in English, that's just the etymon. This is the etymon side. This is their definition. I know because I used to study black magic like 20 years ago when I was studying, studying Aleister Crowley and different stuff, this stuff right here, Anybody who knows me, look how dirty it is, man. This is old, man. I've been studying that a long time ago, man. Like, long time. Right? So, we know that the word black, in English, in their terms, black means bad. Did you see, Malcolm X, they showed you that black and everything's bad, and white was everything good. The etymology of white comes from wheat. It's funny how we would call them white bread, because that's where the word white comes from, wheat, right? Okay, so the word colored. The word colored. That's got to be the worst. That's got to be the worst of all colors, of all words, man. Excuse me, because the word colored. Hold on, let me just get it for you straight. Having color or a certain color, right? And it doesn't even give you the etymon of it. Okay, noun. So, okay, adjective, color as an adjective, which is you're describing a word, right? Something else, because I study, I'm going to show you something else too. I study, I'm a Gemini, my moon sign is Gemini, my sun sign is Gemini, and my ascendant sign is Gemini, all at the same time, right? And they're all in conjunction with each other. So, when we use adjective noun integration, this is like saying black guy, right? And then just dropping the guy and saying I'm black, right? Black is not a noun, it's an adjective. And again, it's, and little children know that infrared, ultraviolet is the color spectrum. Black and white is not in between ultraviolet and infrared. There's no black and white there. So people still using black and white as colors, again, demonstrate on how, at their level of initiation of spending mental faculty when engaging with each other in communication. So therefore, the communication styles that they use and get and receive is degraded. And then they don't understand or overstand or understand or comprehend why that it is they're having a hard time with the universe, basically, because that's the essence of what's happening, you know. We want something in the universe, but then we didn't read the operating manual. So, you know, you want to push play on the VCR, but you're really pushing, like, rewind, and you're pushing the wrong button because you didn't study, you didn't read the manual. The manual's inside of us. It's there. So you don't have to worry about somebody telling you, you know, like the brother Noble Drew Ali said that, you know, the great God Allah is in control of everything, in control of this. He's the driver. He's the one in front, behind. He's the one that gives life after death. He's the one that can give life after life. Right? So the word colored, having color or a certain color, sometimes used in combination. 2, having skin rich in melanin pigments, colored or Negro. See, they're trying to run their book out, right? Okay. Favoring one person or side over another. And they give you a little thing in the bottom here. A biased account of the trial. A decision that was partial to the defendant. Number 4, used of color, artificially produced, not natural. A bleached blonde, right? Those are all the adjectives of color. Then they have noun. Demeaning or potentially offensive. A colored person. Laundry. A colored article of clothing, right? See, so you can see that they're already trying to they're trying to hide. They're trying to, you know, so you got to be able to have many dictionaries and be able to discern what they're talking about, and so that you don't give away your birthrights. This is what you call black. But remember, again, there's no such thing as a color called black. So to get this, my father's a master PhD hair stylist, teacher, stuff like that. So again, to get what you call black hair, it's not really a black hair, it's a pigmentation of really dark red. Again, okay, so to get in clothes, to get it black like that, even the black ink has to be a mixture pigmentation to get it black like that. It's really red, playing games with our eyes. Really yellow too. It's not really a color. You know, in psychology, go check it out. Sensory perception. Yellow is not a color. It's a trick on the eyes and your mind and brain. Actually, not on your mind, but on your brain, which is tangible flesh. But, however, so colored's really something that was one way. It was one way. Hold on, did it? Yeah, see, I put colored, and it didn't even give you the proper. It didn't really give you the proper definition of what colored means. You know, colored means. ED means past tense. Some action's been applied to the verb or the noun or verb. Color being a noun, a thing, right? Which has a vibration and sorts of thing. When you color something, you're actually doing a verb. So color is actually a verb also. So when you color something, it was like this is white. If I color it black or blue, it was white, now it's blue. That means it was colored from one way to another way. But the only way that a human being could be colored from like one shade to another shade is by the sun. Alright? So this cannot be done by man. Colored. So what they're talking about, this right here, they're actually speaking a law term. This is a law term. In fact, all of this is all law terms. I've just been talking about etymology and normal definitions out the dictionary, abridged dictionaries and whatnot, and all of that. Just to give you a grasp on what they're doing and how they're playing with you guys and playing with your brains and your minds by your participation in the fraud. Because y'all know this. This is like Allah is in everybody. The air, fire, water, earth, like I showed before, is a whole compilation and of the universe within inside of yourself, and a whole bunch of more stardust and a whole bunch. So it would be erroneous to even look at it. What appears to you as somebody being dumb, stupid, or to you. You got to understand that they have like cells and atoms and things beyond their own power. They're beyond power, so we're all one again. So we cannot look at that like that. However, something that was colored was one way, and then is now another way. So they're talking legal terms again. So now we got to go to the law dictionary to look up that word color. See, we didn't get the affected outcome that I want. You got to go and look, because I already know what's going on. So here you go. So now this is the law dictionary, and you got color in there. You see that? And it's spelled O-U-R. See that? Okay. Color. Colorable. Color of law. Colorable. Color of law. So color means semblance, disguise, often used to designate the hiding of a set of facts behind a deceptive but technically proper legal theory. But technically legal, a set of facts. So it says, in this law dictionary, it says semblance, disguise, often used to designate the hiding of a set of facts behind deceptive, technically proper legal theory. It's deceptive. Right? So when they're doing that, they are using what they call color of law. Mere semblance of a legal right. Semblance means the appearance of, or not. Mere semblance of a legal right. An action done under color of law is one done with the apparent authority of law, but actually in contravention of law. So which means colored means they're using color to designate the hiding of a set of facts. So when they use color of law, that means they're saying when they call you black person or Negro person or color person, they're using color of law on you, and in contravention of law. So color of law looks like law, but when they're calling you black guy, they're using the artificial person on you, or if they're calling you by the artificial construct, or they're sending you letters or correspondences in the all capital names, they are using what they call color of law on you. And it's in contravention of law. It's not law. Okay? Real law is, well, our law is law. Okay? But our law that we are practicing or trying to observe is the constitutions. Okay? We really want to be able to discern all of this and be able to apply that with the Constitution. Right? I'm going to try to show that. So you guys kind of got all of that, right? So, let me show you something else that I came across. So, as you know, I be outside. Oh, hold on, let me come back. Yeah, right. Coming back, alright guys, I'm coming just now. See this? Chatter. 2012. 2015. February 10. 12, 24, 44. It's always mystic when I do this. That was just a couple of days ago. About my chatter phone. Again at the post office. Post Canada. Okay. Post Canada. Sorry guys. See? Baba El Al-Assad, DjedEL Ram-Bey, Shadat MDNM, exemption applied. See that? $10 card, $25 card, $35, no tax, right? At the federal place. Okay. Some people, they know what's up, and some people don't know what's up. Don't get mad. Some people that are out there, especially, I don't know too many people out here that are like myself doing this, but there may be perhaps out in the Toronto jurisdiction out there near there, some brothers, a lot more Moors out there that are active and moving around and trying things, not trying things, but laying down, doing their stuff. Mad regards, mad regards to y'all. Mad regards to the God of the Boulevard. It's the North Pole spreading love like a baby boy. Atom bomb and it splits in them atoms born. I love the dawn under lawn when I'm burning corn. There's only one under the sun, heartbeat like a drum. Where you from? Planet Earth, it's the first mum. Show my heartbeat on my knees for the trees. Protect like attack from disease industries indiscreetly. Mad graffiti is through your city and your beauty. Spaces of booty and Ursity getting lippy. Just like the kitty who's innocent and representing all the rundown residents at the presence. I'm teaching lessons like Bob Marley, yes, the legend. Your spirituals, not in your pendants. Yes, it's right on the square, right? Holding down the square. So, not everybody's gonna be easy with it, So, I've been to Canadian Tire, learning all of this stuff because I'm coming at you guys, you corporation guys. You guys are like practice and lunch meat for me. I'm coming for you guys, right? I'm coming for you guys. Stop being negligent. If you're gonna be negligent, you know what's up already. Negligent, gross negligence is excuse me. Okay, so anyways, it'll come back to me, but you guys are being negligent. My woman, we went to Simon's. Some, like, again, it's, I buy groceries and stuff like that. Certain stores that know me, you know, some places all you have to do really, because really the truth of the matter is, all you have to do is know what you're doing, and they take care of the rest. A lot of times, like Noble Drawley said, most of the time it's going to be our own, not the European, that's going to have a problem with us. But this is something that I came across because one day I was at Simon's, and the guy was like, I was tired. I was just, you know, I was trying to, you know, I'm working, trying to do a lot of stuff here, man. Doing a lot of stuff. Look at this. I went and got, just to show you brothers, I went and got, which is a certified, you know, heavy truck, narrow aisle, which is a stand-up forklift and a propane forklift. These are very hard machines to drive. And look, this is certified, right? Baba El Al-Assad DjedEL Ram-Bey. See that? And my full national name. So people don't be telling me. And I called them, and like they're a certified place. I called them in Toronto and did all of that stuff. So just do the work, man. Just do the work. It's there. It's possible. All right, it's possible. Then I was on RV Bay. Got to do this real quick because it's going to cut off real soon. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to make a part 2. But I went to RV Bay, and this was on there. Check that out, man. Notice to all workers and employees regarding the possession and use of Social Security numbers. And it tells you and shows you the law, where you don't have to really mess with all of that. And if you do, you can, you know, this is how you deal with their case. Here in Montreal, the Montreal corporation, corporate jurisdiction of Montreal, these people, the students here and all just the general people here are natural fighters. They fight against corporations. They fight against this and fight against that for rights, mostly, you know what I mean? So, people here, you know, somewhat, sometimes they're respectable and sometimes they're not. And sometimes you have to kind of beat them up with paperwork, right? So here's someone I caught, just in case if they ever try to do this to you like they did to me. He went, oh, I went to Canadian Revenue, CRA, and they said you have to be on, you have to be an Indian or Indian band, or you have to have a Canadian issued number. Canadian Indian Affairs. Indian is Indian, Negro, colored, black, Ethiopian, Indian comes from indigo, and you know, we know that the first British East Indian was the first company ever to trade slaves and all this type of stuff. You stop your stuff. Okay, stop your stuff. The Indians you guys are calling natives are not natives, they're Mongolians, came over here when the Alaskan ice receded, and they came over through the Alaskan Bering Strait, and they came over here and they were warring with the Olmecs, the Hopi, the Arawak, the Caribs. Stop your fucking shit, yo. Stop your stuff. We don't come from there. Some of y'all come from there. Go, well then fine. Go back over there if you want to come over here, naturalize. But Moors, this is Moors land, okay? Treated peace and friendship, right? No Moors, you heard of Moor, all that stuff. Why? And if the treaty of peace and friendship, okay, if the treaty of peace and friendship of Morocco was like in 1789 something, then how come the Morocco was just founded in 1952? Go look it up. 1952, Morocco just founded. So where was Morocco 100, 200 years ago? What are you talking about? Right here. Stop your crap. You know how old your Canadian flag is? Not even 50 years old. Stop your crap. What flag were they flying before that? Right? No? Okay, look. Gouvernement de Canada. Go look it up. What you got to do is called goods bought off a reserve. Indians, that's their, you know, they're the people calling themselves Native Americans who are calling themselves Indian at the same time, like conscious black people saying I'm black. Okay, the Indians, Indian bands, and check it out, unincorporated band empowered entities, as well as incorporated band empowered entities purchasing for band management activities may buy goods off the reserve without paying GST, HST, if they have appropriate documentation to show the vendor and the goods are delivered to a reserve by the vendor or the vendor's agent. So you guys want to send the stuff to my house on your own behalf, that's fine. My house is the reserve, if you know, if you would, or my domicile. See what it says here? Look, I'll just put that there. You guys can pause it. Okay. All right. So anyways, that's my time. I brought some stuff to you real quick. So whenever they want the stuff, you show them the paperwork there. That's on the Canadian Revenue Agency, and the Quebec one too says the same thing. I have the Quebec one also. Here's the Quebec one. I'm trying to do this real fast. See? In green too up there. Okay. Hey, you Mohawk brothers, man. They have a part in here where it says you guys, specifically, you guys can't buy tobacco or alcohol. You guys have to pay taxes. One time I was in the store, the guy's like, oh no, you're Mohawk. I was like, oh no, no, I'm not, I'm a Moor. Get it right. And I got real pissed off, pulled out my phone, started recording them. I was like, yo, I'm going to take you, make this a class action suit. We don't play that. All right, we're not on, you see me walking around, man, on a reserve. This is my land, it's my home. Why don't you, if you got to live on a reserve, look up reserve. You're being reserved off for what? Because they sold out. You understand? They sold us out. I'm not playing with y'all, man. You guys sold us out, now we're sitting here starving, right? Because y'all opening casinos and all kind of whatnot, man. You guys are not righteous. Ma'at, man. Yamaya. Obatala. Shango on all y'all, man. We need to call all the brothers because you guys just don't naturally do what you're supposed to be doing right now, man. You guys messed up even your own form of government. And all y'all people out there, oh yeah, ICs. Whenever you see them talking about something it's Osset and Asar. If you hear something that's supposed to be from us and and they're misconstruing the name and they're saying the English like Osama instead of Usama, then you know it's them messing around. Because if it was the truth, they would use the real true name. And if it was true, they're on some peace, and if they're coming with violence, Shimata on them, right?